Did you see the Michael Jackson movie? No, but like any person who's chronically online, I saw a clip of somebody complaining about it on Twitter because people were having a little bit too much fun in the movie theater. People were having fun in the movie theater, and Twitter did not like that. And that's what I saw. What's Twitter and why does it matter? It doesn't. Twitter, like it's become popular to say this, and I'm really not trying to just like revoice what has already been said before, but Twitter really is a place to just fester hatred and negativity. But the thing is like, we all kind of know that, and we all kind of accept that. However, it's like encoded into our brains as humans to spread and engage with negativity. So it's like until we evolve out of that, you know what I mean? Until our brains evolve away from that, like Twitter's going to exist forever, you know? Or things like Twitter will exist for forever. I can say, and you can say, and we can say as much as you want, Twitter shouldn't exist, and Twitter's an awful place, and nobody should use it. But us as a species, we all fall prey to it existing. It's our fault that it exists. Like, if I spend time scrolling on Twitter, I hate myself. So what I prefer to do is log in, post a video, have Alex31 like it, have Salty King like it, have somebody named Nova like it, and then exit the app. That's the true based way to play, or to be on Twitter. Does anyone here think that the world is better with Twitter, or that Twitter is a good thing to have? And again, please tell me the truth. I'm not gonna, if you say something that is different from what I think, that's welcome. So I speculate that most people would agree that Twitter is a really bad place, and basically it's just a negativity spreader and nothing really good comes from it. But at the same time, if you look at what happened to Australia when they tried to ban social media, everyone was enraged about that. So the reason why I'm saying that is because to me it sounds a little contradictory that we can all agree that some social media, like Twitter for example, is a really big net negative on all of us. And yet, when someone tells us we can't go on it, we get really upset. Once you kind of impose on individual freedoms, everyone gets really angry about it. And in the same breath, we can all recognize that like something like Twitter is really a net negative for everybody, except for like if you're like a content creator who has a large following and can advertise to brands who want to give you sponsorships, your Twitter following, such that you can make more money. It's addiction. We hate it, but we feel like we need it. That's what it is. Like okay, think about it. When are the only times where people say, yeah, this is really bad for me, or this is a big net negative, or Twitter is a cesspool, and yet, like, I'm just reciting all the very popular things that I've heard, right? All the things that everyone likes to say. When it's forcibly taken away from you, and not only do you protest that, you protest that aggressively. Like, when does the only time that ever happens is during an addiction. Do I think that the majority of people are addicted to smartphones? Yes. And social media? Yes, I do. Am I saying that I'm exempt from that? No. I find myself scrolling on YouTube Shorts and Twitter sometimes way longer than I'd like, you know? But it's like, I don't know. The only way it can be described is by just calling it what it is, which is an addiction. I check Twitter at most once a week and rarely have a negative experience, to be honest. I only look at people I know and avoid the toxic mass altogether. Exactly what you just said, Pito, is how social media is meant to be used. So, okay, let me just replace Twitter with social media. I check social media at most once a week and rarely have a negative experience. I only look at people I know and avoid the toxic mess altogether. That's what social media is supposed to be. You know what I mean? So if you're using social media in the way that it was intended when it was first created, then that's fine. But the problem is that makes you a vast minority. You are within the vast minority. When I watch shorts or reels for too long and I'm scrolling for too long and I finish my session of scrolling shorts or Instagram reels or whatever, I hate myself. It's not that I hate myself. I'm like, wow, I just wasted all this time and I just laid, I lay right here. Hang on. Sometimes I lay right here, right there on the floor for an hour. And I'll be like, I'm a night shower. I don't like to shower in the morning because I like to wake up, make coffee, do my business, talk with my lawyer in the bathroom. I talk with my lawyer for about 5 minutes every morning in the bathroom. And then I just get right to work right away. I don't like to have to shower in the morning. But because I'm a night shower, I often delay it and I procrastinate getting in the shower because I'm like, God, I don't want to go do this. You know what I mean? I do not want to go in the shower because it's just going to take a lot of time, and it doesn't. I just procrastinate for it. So what I do instead of going to take an 8-minute shower and keeping my nightly routine nice and, succinct, I will lay on my floor for an hour and either scroll on Twitter while hitting 15 more minutes the extension on my time limit for 15 more minutes, like 3 or 4 times, or YouTube shorts, right? And then I go get in the bathroom after I finally hate myself enough, you know? But when I do that, I'm like, bro, I just wasted so much time. I wasted so much time and I don't feel like I did anything and I can't even fucking remember what I did. Especially a lot of the things on Twitter too. It's just like, it's literally just brain rot. It's either porn or something disguised as porn or brain rot or negativity, or you're scrolling on your feed and you just watch something horrendous. And by the way, I don't, what I'm about to say, I don't even interact with. So it's not me saying caught. I just scroll past these. I see them, I recognize what they are, and I scroll past them. It'll be like some channel, I don't know, saying Pokimane saw her viewers dropping, so she had to show off her talent or whatever. And it's just like it'll be like Pokimane just like standing up and like walking out the door, and it's like only someone who really lacks like human connection would think anything of a woman getting up and walking out of a room. You know what I mean? That's it. But it's like, it's only for engagement bait. And the thing is I don't even interact with those posts. And yet somehow it's because I think I follow like a bunch of streamers. You know what I mean? It's just insane. Why are we talking about this? Night shower, yes, but the point of the story was not to tell you that I take night showers. Social media is a net negative. Okay, that's the ending of that whole thought. I would open Twitter and look at the comment section of some random posts just to see OnlyFans promos. This is not my own personal thought. I'm taking this from Northernlion, but I'm sharing this as one would share a quote from a book. Northernlion said something along the lines of, back in my day, you used to have to pay for that. Are times really so tough? And is it really so difficult to get attention nowadays that you have to give away your best material for free? And by the way, that was him, and his chat thought it was funny. Okay, you can think whatever you want. His chat was eye-canting. But when he said that, I thought to myself, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Are times that tough? I don't know. If that's what you want to do to make a living, you know what I mean? More power to you. Go ahead. And seems like there's a lot of competition nowadays, you know? NL is a modern Socrates. Thank you for saying that, Mini Poots. I appreciate it. I said something before. I said before, Northernlion is the most based streamer in every sense of the word today. And if you look at somebody like Extra Emily, and you look at somebody like FaZe Lacey, if you look at these people that are taking a break, and even Ludwig, right? You guys remember when Ludwig said, let's up those numbers? You remember that? About Mango? And then Ludwig just had to deal with that shit for like a long time, and you can tell that it really affects these streamers. But I have a theory. This is the perfect song for this. I have a theory that the reason why Northernlion is the most base streamer, and although he deals with a lot of negativity, right? If you watch any Library of Latorno videos, you know that Northernlion has to deal with a lot of Type A chatters and a lot of negativity. He can still remain true to himself and grounded in reality because he is a walking textbook example of how to be a streamer and still live a healthy life. He has a wife. He has a child. He's active in his community. You know what I mean? He is grounded in the real world. In fact, he might even be more grounded than any other streamer I know in the real world. He's not really chronically online. He has said that he's abandoned reading YouTube comments. He's abandoned engaging on Twitter. And while that, I don't know how accurate that is, to be honest, because it's not like I stalk him. I'm taking him for his word. And if that's the case, it truly makes sense that Northernlion, although he experiences the same amount of negativity as everyone else, he's able to brush it off and deal with it in a very healthy way. In that, he's able to recognize it for what it is. It's just people that, it's like, you know, drama frogs, right? People that maybe they don't necessarily have anything else going on, so they have to latch onto something like drama, right? And he recognizes that. Whereas you have people like Extra Emily, who, I'm not going to say that. I'll use Ludwig. You have somebody like Ludwig, who maybe necessarily isn't as grounded in reality. And so this drama that seems like a big deal if you're not grounded in reality, even though it's not, right? If you are grounded in reality, it would seem like nothing. If you aren't, then it seems like a much bigger deal than it is, right? But in reality, if you just close Twitter and don't go on it or whatever, it doesn't mean anything. Nothing, you know what I mean? It literally means nothing. And that's my theory. My theory is like, the reason why Northernlion, number one, he's very smart and he's very well spoken, but number two, he has such a good base in reality and like the actual real world that I think he's able to do what other streamers are not, which is ignore the pointless negativity, whereas other streamers who maybe don't have that same base in reality find it to be a much bigger deal than it actually is. It's like an illusion. The less grounded you are in reality, the bigger the negativity feels. Does that make sense? Maybe I need to do more cutoff screams so it resonates with you guys more. Maybe Northern Ludwig and Extra Emily be like, ah! There, does that click now for you guys? Where did you get that mic? I don't recommend it. I also just realized it was turned down this entire time. Well, that's actually the reason why I just said that is for that reason. I don't recommend it, but it's called the HyperX Quadcast mic. I reached out to them and asked for a sponsorship and they ghosted me. In fact, fuck this mic. This mic fucking sucks. And the fact that you can accidentally randomly, you can be talking and if you terrible fucking design. And the fact that if I move my mic like this, suddenly I can do that? Why would I ever want this? Why would I ever want this feature? Or I can crank it up to here and now I'm talking like this. What's the point of this? I need to get a new mic and a new chair. You know, okay, speaking of this chair, I paid $40 for it and it's lasted me almost 2 years. So that's like, you know, $20 a year. How much is that per day? I paid like 5 cents a day. Holy shit. It still costs me 5 cents a day to sit in this fucking chair. I'm paying 5 cents a day. And future hemorrhoid bill for sitting on a chair? I pay 5 cents per day for my chair subscription. Yeah, I subscribe to Amazon Chair and I'm happy, you know, I'm happy. We'll have to subscribe to Oxygen one day. Guys, you know, it's almost as if 3 years ago, an up-and-coming YouTuber came up with a very relatable video.
What privacy in 2050 will be like?
So, God, you know, this is ridiculous.
What privacy in 2050 will be like?
Guys, I think if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that me deciding to have a combed down hair look has done wonders. It's done wonders for my young person image. I'm proud of that video. Truthfully, I'm proud of that video. People usually cringing an old video. I mean, there are videos we could watch that I would cringe at. If you go back and you watch my Rick and Morty video on the same channel, that video makes me want to die. But like, like, no one's gonna cringe at a video they're proud of, and I'm proud of that idea. Does that make sense? Give him a knuckles. Quick! Somebody grab him. I'm gonna put his head in the toilet. We can give him a swoily.